Hey guys, welcome to first video here of the SEO Bootcamp. This whole course is really about kind of teaching you to get better methods on how to get SEO clients, how to really build up your SEO agency, and really just kind of become this awesome SEO person. What we're going to do here in this first section is we're going to just kind of go through a couple of the basics of doing SEO, like the technical side of things. So it's nothing, there is definitely going to be a lot more advanced stuff. We're going to cover a lot of cool things heading into really more advanced on-page stuff, advanced off-page stuff, all sorts of different techniques in the, I think it's the fourth section. I don't have my map in front of me, but a later section here. So this is just really to give you an overview so you can talk to clients about this kind of stuff, and so you don't have to feel intimidated like anything bad is going to happen if a client asks you a question or a prospect asks you a question you don't really know how to answer. So these next couple of videos in this module are here to kind of give you an intro, give you a crash course. If you're more advanced SEO, if you've ranked some sites before, if you have some SEO clients already, you might find this stuff to be a little bit basic, but always good for a refresher. And I tend to believe in that. So anyway, let's just get on in it. So we're going to talk about on-page optimization right now. What is on-page SEO optimization? I mean, pretty much on-page SEO is anything that you do to the actual site itself to help it rank better. It's one half of what's traditionally considered quote unquote doing SEO. When people tell you they do SEO, sometimes they're only talking about on-page optimization. Other times they're talking about a whole bunch of different things. But it's on-page usually factors heavily into doing SEO. If you've never done an SEO campaign before, this is on-page is really the first step in the process here. You do this at the beginning. You do this in the first month of working with your clients. It's sort of one of these things where you do it right the first time and you can kind of just set it and forget it. Unless keywords change, unless Google changes some rules, you're usually pretty good with doing it one time. I want to just emphasize that you don't have to get it 100% right. You can even get it half right and still be ahead of most competitors. So don't obsess about having everything like perfect for on-page. On-page is becoming more important as Google is taking some power away from links, and new algorithmic changes are looking for unusual linking patterns, quote unquote. But again, I've seen plenty of sites with the worst on-page who are ranking above sites that are meticulously optimized on-page. So it's a little bit more complicated than just getting completely right. So just wanted to put that out there. So let's start with the basics here. Google loves content. Content is king, said some guy somewhere at some time. I don't know who it was, but they're right in that. The more words that you can have on a page that you're trying to rank for your client, the better chances that you have of ranking for that. It's pretty much, you got to think of Google. Google's a machine, right? We can look at a site as humans, and we can read 100 words on that site if that's all there is, and we can kind of figure out what it's about, where it's supposed to be, and everything like that. But Google's not human; it has algorithms for brains. So the more input, the more data that is copy, the more stuff you can give it that way, the better it's gonna the better it's going to be able to understand what's going on. So that's something. The more content is always going to be better. 9 times out of 10. If sites are completely identical in their SEO except for content, the site that has more content is going to rank higher. But it's not just something where you can just stuff keywords, crumbly, shoddily written words, whatever. Just go to iWriter and get a million words. You got to have readability and you got to have user experience. These things are important. Ideally you want to aim for about 1,500 words per page you're trying to rank, just about. If you can't get that many, I know there are some topics like, it's hard to write more than 100 words about plumbing. If you can get it to 500, that's great. For example, if you're working with a plumber, but, as many as you can get on there that makes sense for the page. You don't want to add too many. If it's just, write it till it's done. That's my philosophy. Next thing about Onpage is, it's about putting keywords in the right places, right? Say you're looking to rank a site for, I don't know, like New York plumber or something like that. You want to make sure your keyword, that you're trying to rank for in Google, you want to make sure it's present, on the page, in the right places. So that means having it in the title of the page. That means having it in an H1 tag somewhere along the way. That means making sure that you have it that keyword in the body of your copy somewhere, in the first 100 to 150 words. Throughout the article, piece of content, page, whatever you're trying to rank for this keyword, you can sprinkle in different variations of that. I have LSI variations written there. I forget what LSI actually stands for, but it's pretty much just, related versions. So, if you're looking for like plumber New York, if you're trying to rank for like plumber New York, an LSI variation of that might be plumbers in New York, best plumbing company in New York, clogged drain New York, this sort of thing. Google has sort of a word cloud brain when it comes to these different keywords. So it's not just, one keyword is the king. It's sort of a cloud of keywords. So, having that in there, those are good good boxes to check on Google's radar there. The final touches really of Onpage, and you want to make sure that you have an outbound link on each page, sort of to an authority website, like a Wikipedia or a Harvard or anything like that. This kind of helps Google to see that you're referencing other material, that you're linking out and spreading your authority around. You're not trying to be stingy about it. I know it's to some clients, I've had to explain to them that it makes better on-page sense. We need to have an outbound link on there, and I'll get a lot of pushback on it because it's like, no, we don't want to be sending anybody away from our site. We need them all here. And if you get some pushback on it from a client, that's fine. Just do it to make them happy. It's not gonna, the difference between you being number one and you being number two, it will very, very rarely, if ever, come down to the fact that your top competitor is doing everything that you're doing, but they have an outbound link in their content and you don't. That's a very, very rare circumstance. So I would be surprised if that ever actually happened in the real world. Next thing, you want to make sure every image has alt text on it. This is SEO 101, web design 101. Making sure they include some alt text. You can throw the keyword in that alt text too, or an LSI variation of it. Not too intense right there with that stuff. Alt text is super basic. I forget to do it all the time, honestly, and it's it hasn't ruined me or my client sites. I just need to do a better job at making sure it's in there, and I know that. One of the last things here, make sure you add a YouTube video. Google owns YouTube now, so they tend to have a bias toward their own web properties, which we can use to our benefit. So, if you include it, if you embed a video, if it makes sense, embed a video on there of a related topic, or if the business has a commercial or something embedded in there, that's helpful for kind of ranking better in Google. Just kind of gives you lots of authority because YouTube is like, domain authority 100 kind of website. So, they're really good. And last thing, add some social sharing icons. Google loves social signals. They were all the rage in the SEO community a little while back, and they still are very effective. You're not going to be able to rank a site only on social signals. I don't think you could ever really do that. But now some people are trying to do that still. But you just want to add social sharing icons just to show that you have some more outbound links, and your content is shareable, and you're kind of part of this new social web that we're all really fond of. And these kind of steps here, and there should be a checklist in the members area. If there's not, just post in a Facebook group and we'll get it up there. You want to do this to every page you want to rank. We're going to talk about keyword selection and page selection in another video. Which keywords should go on which pages and which pages you should try to rank. But follow these basic steps outlined, and you're really going to set you and your clients up for SEO success. My experience is it's it's really easy to overcomplicate on-page SEO, but if you follow these steps, you take them on every page, just follow the checklist that's on there. It's really simple, and you'll be all right with this stuff, okay? And that's it for this one, guys. I'll see you in the next video.